the petition to appeal the verdict in the Tory Lanez trial.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's go here. Matter of fact, even when we go to this, let's see if we could. I pulled up a Yahoo article, but I want to see if we could get to the source. There's got to be a lot of publications picking this up, though. Oh, Vibe is the source for it. So,
damn, I ain't hear about them in a minute.
They're like all
still been around. Yeah.
All right, let's get into it. I mean,
now
Tory
first,
Lanez was found.
We're gonna
guilty.
hold on. First, now let's get both of our opinions so they know where we stand in that. Ja Real Spill believes that, Tory Lanez shot her. I believe that. I mean, well, I ain't gonna say I believe. I'm going with, I think the other girl shot her. Okay, so let's go into the article.
That's embarrassing for me to watch you say that. It's like,
I don't know why. I ain't the only one. You acting like I'm the only one. I'm just like.
I mean, apparently, if they signed a petition, I mean,
right.
If you was on here saying that the Earth was flat, you wouldn't be the only one. If you was on here saying that you believed in Bigfoot, you wouldn't be the only one. But it's just crazy. But I don't know. I don't think you really been following the case that close anyway.
I haven't. I'm just going off of that one. What I know about the case. I
think you going off of shit academics been saying.
I ain't check out academics what he really been
saying.
Where
you get your news about the trial from?
I've been getting it from you, basically.
Nah, you ain't been getting it from me because you said some shit I ain't never said to you.
I hear some stuff here, there.
Yeah, you're probably getting it from the timeline, DJ Academics headlines. You ain't got to front with me, bro.
DJ Academics on my head.
Look, listen. You're not getting you ain't read from no credible sources about the trial. Correct me if I'm wrong. Cause I seen NPR had a good article on the trial. I seen Insider had a couple good articles on the trial. I seen, Page 6 had good articles on the trial. I don't think you was getting, the details from them. I think you was getting it from the timeline. These independent media outlets that primarily cover hip hop. Am I wrong?
No, I haven't. I wasn't really interested in the case, so it's kind of been going through it with it, but I haven't really been.
Oh, good. Well, then it makes sense that you would think that Kelsey shot because you don't.
Right. Really I mean, I'm being honest with you. I'm saying, I just don't. But it could be a bias, could be.
You think the other girl shot her, yeah? Well,
this is the only reason. This is the only reason. This is what I'm saying. There's no other reason but this. And I ain't gonna say that she shot her. It's just it makes me want to question: can I convict somebody when somebody says on court, they don't want to be, held accountable for any punishment? It just would make me be, have my love. I would like to know. And if I can't find out, it'll just keep me at a stalemate. So I would have hung the jury. Me.
Wow. Well, thankfully you wasn't on the jury.
You said thankful.
Thankfully, because I don't want to live in a society where you can get away. I'm standing with that. Yes, I've been consistent. What I'm saying? We talked about this back and forth, since this first came out, and I've always said that her story made more sense.
I understand she's a pretty woman, and I know that you got.
I mean, you said you said she was pretty. That speak for yourself. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say that I followed the evidence, and her stuff just makes more sense. She's been more.
So you're basically saying you didn't like Megan Thee Stallion. You don't have a bias towards her before this.
No, I actually think Tory makes better music. You know what I'm saying? So
if you didn't like Megan a little more than you like Tory,
no, okay. I probably seen them as equal. I mean, I tend to like women better than men, but
I can see that.
Just typically, but no, I just followed the evidence of the case, and I listened to both of their accounts of what happened, and I found Megan to be more compelling. She had medical records. She had doctors backing up her story. She had a friend that was backing up her story. It was just Tory saying
feel
that
like Megan lied? Do you feel like she lied?
Yeah, she admitted that she lied.
Okay, so that she admitted that she lied. Okay. Yeah. Could you say that she is? Could you say that she is a dishonest person?
I can't really put that on her. I can't put all of that on her.
Right, you can't put all that on her. No. She lied and
yeah, she told some lies. I mean, you have too.
Right.
I have, you know what I'm saying? I ain't put, we all done lied.
Right. I get what you're saying, but all I'm trying to say is that she knows she lied around the situation. Does that hold any weight to you? That's all I'm saying.
I think all parties involved lied a little bit, but I think that the things that really counted, she was telling the truth about.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. That's good. You say it's good. Yeah. It's good because this story relates to the last story. It's like, you lied. He lied about this. He lied. He just lied, though. Everybody lied. It's the same kind of thing that guy was saying. Like, we all lie about a resume. Do you look at
lying about shooting a young lady and lying and embellishing it on your resume, even if that's like, if we're going to be generous about what he was saying, embellishing on your resume and lying about shooting a young lady in her foot is two totally different worlds. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of the same, but worlds apart.
Yeah.
This is different. And this is a guy who got on live and tried to convince the world that she didn't get shot at all. Right. And then she has medical reports. She has a doctor that testified that they pulled bullet fragments out of her foot. Tory had gunshot residue on him. There's a witness that said that they seen him with a gun. She has a friend that was there on the scene of the crime that texted somebody, help, Tory shot Meg, and then gave a testimony, right, where she was swearing to tell the truth that's recorded, where she was saying that she seen Tory shoot Meg. That's enough to convince me. Tory's story don't sound like it makes sense. But we'll get back to the petition, because a lot of people feel like you. Even though Tory was found guilty on all charges in the Megan Thee Stallion 2020 shooting trial. For many, however, the fight is not over, as there is a petition circulating calling for an appeal to the verdict that could have the 30-year-old facing up to 22 years in prison and deportation. You hear that, Bob? There might be a hope. You know what I'm saying? There's other people that feel like, y'all might could turn this thing around. Over 21,000 plus signatures and growing. And read the comments. His verdict didn't sit well with a lot of people. Just like you were saying, you ain't the only one.
But I don't think I'm going that far. I think I'm saying that just because I see that, it couldn't make me come to, if any decision I would have to come to, I would have to hang it. I would have to be like, hey, look. Meg was back on stage twerking.
Yeah, no, I was here. I wanted you to finish your statement about why you would have hugged the jury. You feel me?
Oh, yeah, because I would have been like, if I can't hear, if she's not going to tell me everything that I need to know, and she needs to get, immunity from the case, it would have just had me with suspects. Megan lied. This is the two things. It's that and Megan lied. That just had me to where it's like, it's hard for me to say, you know what I mean?
Fair
conclusively, he did it,
Fair enough. The campaign hosted on change.org was created on Saturday, December 24th, one day after the trial was completed. As a publication, it has amassed over 36,000 signatures. Tory Lanez was found guilty of all charges. Damn, they hit him with all counts. Damn. You up here talking about you would have hugged the jury. They seem pretty sure what they wanted to do, dog. Tory Lanez was found guilty of all charges, and it's a true miscarriage of justice. Yassine Touré, the petition's creator, wrote in the description. I probably didn't say his name correctly. Yassine Touré. The state did not prove that Lanez undoubtedly committed any crime. Reasonable doubt loomed over a 10-day trial, as the prosecution was unable to show us that there were not alternative explanation of events. A circus of speculation insufficient evidence, inconsistencies, and drunken memories left us with much moral certainty of any truth. So he goes on to allege that the Savage rapper was afforded the ability to form a narrative publicly, like her Gayle King interview, for example, while Brampton, Canada artist was forced to stay quiet due to the February 2021 ruling by a judge. She took a step further and accused both Meg and her former friend Kelsey Harris of committing perjury.
How do you
Meg
feel?
and Kelsey lied about violently fighting that night. Meg lied about being intimate, arguing in the car, being extremely drunk, and about why she was asked to leave the party. So yeah, it's going to what you're saying. You don't find Meg to be credible. I think Meg might lie about who she has sex with, but I don't think she'll lie about getting shot in the foot.
Right?
Lanez,
but me,
that's where I'm at.
I'm like, if you lie, I can't gauge.
That's why I'm going by evidence. If you look, if I gotta take, if it's both of y'all, if it's some he say she says shit, right? And the person who's saying one side of the story says that she didn't get shot at first, and then the person saying that she did get shot and you shot her has a doctor that'll testify under oath saying that yes, she was shot. Said that he seen x-rays, said that they extracted bullet fragments from her foot. If there's medical reports to substantiate her story. And there was another person there that corroborated her story. That's enough to sway me. I'm not going to believe what you say just because you say you didn't shoot her. I mean, he's on trial for his life. Of course he's going to say that he didn't shoot her and somebody else shot her.
I got you.
But if I was in his position, I'd probably lie too. So that makes sense.
Right, but we see violence that was in there between two suspects.
That's
we
okay.
We know that.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
I can believe
it was violence between two. So I'm not saying like I'm not.
I'm not even sure about that because
that could be a lot.
I don't listen. I could believe that maybe there was violence between them two, but I'll also say that maybe Tory beat her up. She said that Tory beat her up at the when she was interviewed, but then she didn't really want to speak on that. So maybe Megan beat her up, maybe Tory beat her up. I don't know.
Right,
but that doesn't really change my belief that
it don't change your belief.
By Tory.
I'm just saying from seeing it, I don't know. They didn't report that Tory fought her, right? They didn't report that.
No, that was they did testify to that in trial. Like Kelsey said that in she didn't say that on trial, but they was like, didn't you say that here? And she had to say, yeah, that is me saying that, but I lied back then. So it's like you is either lying then or you lying right now. I think you're lying right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or you and Megan did get in the fight and you don't want to admit to that because that makes it seem like maybe you did shoot that. Yeah, so right. I don't know about that, but I still think that Tory shot her. So
right, it's just a coincidence to me that if it's true that you fought your best friend, you ain't talking to her no more, but Tory shot you. She got a husband from somebody. It's just that's very we know you were sleeping with him. We know both of y'all were sleeping with the dude. So it kind of, I mean, if I was just to take my experience on what happens in our community with women and men that I've known in my experience, happens.
Let's not do that. Let's just deal with the evidence of the case. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to put what you've been through or what you've seen.
I'm saying the evidence is so much lying, we can't really pinpoint what they're saying is true. So I'm saying, of course, like you're saying, they're going to lie so much that it's going to be hard to point the truth. I mean, point to the evidence because you're going to be like, well, they said that. Are they telling the truth or not?
Well, the good thing is we don't really have to relitigate the case. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be convinced of it. At the end of the day, he still got found guilty. We'll see if this petition does anything. Yeah, but for right now, in the eyes of the court, he's guilty. whether you believe it or I believe it or what, you know what I'm saying? He got found guilty. He's facing 22 max right now. I don't think he's gonna get 22 though. But I think it's very possible.
If he did it, bro, he needs to be. He deserves it. I mean, he be there. Okay,
I'm all for it. fine. Even if he didn't do it, he's facing 22 right now. And I think that there's exaggerated circumstances on this case to where, though he might not get 22, I don't think he'll get 22. I think he might get double digits just because he's not. I'm gonna tell you why I think this. He's not showing any kind of remorse. There was a public campaign made to discredit this girl, and there was an outburst, with the court when you trying to make it seem like, you know what I'm saying, like this wasn't a fair trial. You trying to make it seem like it was some conspiracy. I've had experience in the court. You've had experience in the court. I think they don't like when you act like that, dog. You better off not saying nothing. You might get off because you didn't try to kill nobody. They're not saying you didn't.
So basically, you saying that they might bam him a little harder just because.
Yes, that happens. That happens. Yeah. There's exaggerated circumstances. So I don't think he's gonna get the minimum. Like, I think he could have easily got something like 4 for something like this. Like you shooting below the waist. Nobody said that you tried to kill him. You know what I'm saying? They hit you with the reckless discharge of the firearm. I think if you was like remorseful, you could have got like.
What's that rapper name? He shot in Miami out there. He got like 5 years. Gucci Man artist. What's his name? Pooh Shiesty. Didn't he get a nickel?
I don't know. I don't
Pooh Shiesty got 5 years, bro, for shooting.
I don't know about that, dog.
Oh,
no. We jumping a little bit, but I'll go down the rabbit hole with you. Pooh Shiesty sentence. Let's see. Oh, he did catch 5 years. I stand correct. He caught 5. You was right.
He caught
and that's
5.
Crazy. That's what I'm trying to say. So Tory could have definitely probably got like
less than that, bro.
Yeah, because Pooh Shiesty robbed somebody. Like you could be like,
he was a convicted felon with a gun in.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Bro.
Yeah, you're right. That's a good point. I think Tory, if he would have played this right, he could have acted remorseful, been like, look, I was drunk.
He ain't even played it right. Oh, yeah, because that dude took a plea, right? I get you.
Yeah, he took a plea. I think that Tory could have been like, look, and even after he got convicted, I think he could have been like, look, I'm remorseful. It was a drunken night. I didn't mean to shoot her. I was trying to intimidate her. The gun went off. You feel me? Like a ricochet must have happened, but I didn't intend to shoot anybody, but I was irresponsible. I'm sorry for what I did. I think that this will be, this will help me, give me some time to think about what the fuck I did and pay my debt back to society. That kind of talk will get you less time, bro. Admitting that you did something wrong. When you're consistently trying to maintain that you didn't do anything wrong, people get denied for parole for shit like that. You better off admitting that you did something wrong, you got remorse, than trying to be like, but I still never did it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they had me mixed up. You know what I'm saying? This is all a mix up. They gonna keep denying you, dog. When you finally wake up and be like, you know what? I did it. This is why I did it. This is how I, you know what I'm saying? What do they call that? Rehabilitated myself.
So can you agree that anything over 5 years is unnecessary for Tory Lanez?
I'm not gonna agree to that. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, I think that
he took it to trial, right? So
I would defer to legal experts and analysis on this. I really want to see what some legal experts might think on this. You know what I'm saying? The sentence, and get some insight from them. And I have read some. And when I say legal experts, I don't mean like that dude Mo that academics kept talking about, who was reporting in the trial. He was the goofiest, most biased attorney I've ever seen. I wouldn't want him representing me for a traffic ticket. He got everything wrong about that.
Tory Lanez. He was on Tory Lanez.
Yeah, he got everything wrong about that trial to me. Like, he just was goofy. I didn't like him at all. And this was the guy that was reporting on NBA Young Boy trial and like jumping up outside of the trial. Just like, have some kind of dignity and class about yourself. You an attorney. You on YouTube making these little vlogs. Like, there's a classy way you could do that. I'm not sure he's an attorney. I mean, he claims to be, but I'm not sure. And then another thing, I remember him saying that Gunner didn't snitch. You know what I'm saying? I was like, huh?
I think he's another Charleston White.
Who?
That attorney.
I mean, if you're talking about somebody clout chasing on YouTube, then yes.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all clout chasing on YouTube to a degree,
right?
But
yeah.
he does it in a not cool way, a slimy way. I'm not a big fan of that guy. You know, I kind of went in on him like that, but I wanted to get that off my chest because there was a lot of misinformation being spread about that case by DJ Academics. You know, I'm entertained by DJ Academics too. He's a big dog in the media game, but he was spreading and peddling misinformation, just like that Milagro Graham's girl. I'm sure I said her name wrong, but she was on that, and that guy Mo. I didn't really appreciate their coverage on it.
So, do you feel like they're purposely spreading misinformation, or you think they're just misinformed by somebody?
I think they could be misinformed. I think that sometimes your perception of a person could kind of cloud your judgment. You know, I think that's called the halo effect. How much you like someone influences your judgment of them. That's a
right. That's what I feel. I feel like it's
bias.
Two sides here. I feel like there's people that's gonna like Tory, and there's people that's gonna like Megan. So when you have that, I feel that denying certain things that happen, if you stand on a certain person that you like more, you're gonna feel on whatever benefits that conclude you to that decision.
And honestly, I think a lot of people
don't like Meg.
They she's not that likable. And another thing too.
Now we talking real. Now we talking
right. Is much more susceptible to deception than others. I'm not saying that I can't be fooled. I know I could be fooled, but I think that it's harder to fool me than some other people. And there were a lot of lies in this. So some people were genuinely confused. I accept that. One other thing I'll say is it's human nature to victim blame. We expect people to be perfect victims. And because Megan lied about her sexcapades, we'll say, people find her to be like not credible. And even some people were starting to not like her because they felt like the whole situation between her and Kelsey was wrong. Like she backdoored her friend. So now because I'm mad about that, it's like I don't like you as a person, so I just kind of don't want you to win. And sometimes when people got their mind up made about something, though, they're not listening to the facts anymore. That's
you're right. You're right. And I agree with you. I think that when you hear a woman that's, I would say taking advantage of the limelight that she's in and her feminist and, what she's taking it, she takes advantage of that. So when you got people that see this, and, she's out here doing, how she want to live. Yeah. It's like, come on, Meg, you out here. Like what you was doing ain't right. Like number one, you two chicks, what y'all was doing, it wasn't right. Number one, let's turn that. We have to admit like that was foul play between y'all. Y'all was friends, whatever happened. I don't know, but I'm saying it was foul. It just seems like it's not a trustworthy person to be, that situation, to be in that kind of situation. So I can see that and be like, I can see how that would hurt her character to people that would say, yeah, you doing this and you're lying, you're around here, you don't, people that we know that move like this is not credible in our eyes. We can't just believe what they say. And I think she fits that. She fit into that group. And I think, from what she doing, and this is what, she getting behind that. But I agree with what you're saying. Yeah. And I can see why. And I think you should be able to see why too. I mean, if you see a rapper, in the streets, and then, you see him get into some stuff, but he's a gangbanger and a rapper, you ain't gonna be surprised. You're gonna be like, I can see where, what he stand on is not, he ain't right. You get me?
Yeah, I think if you lie, it could hurt your credibility. So it's hard. It can make people hard to believe you, but
And the lifestyle. I ain't saying just a lie. Yeah, I'm not saying just a lie. I'm saying the lifestyle. It's like, the kind of lifestyle that she was doing,
I don't have a problem with her lifestyle. Like none of that stuff bothers me.
Do you have a problem with the rap lifestyle? Do you have a problem with rappers? male lifestyle? Do you have a problem with their lifestyle?
Not inherently, no. Like,
Okay, so the gun violence. Do you feel that rappers bring more gun violence in situations now than ever? Do you feel
some
like
do, some do. It's not just rappers though, but some rappers probably do. I wouldn't think in those terms like rappers do. I just think like people do it. A lot of them happen to be rappers, yeah.
Right. So I'm saying the whole lifestyle that Tory was in, Megan is in. You feel like there's nothing wrong with that. It's like
I don't know if they're in the same lifestyle, so to speak. I'm not really sure what you mean by lifestyle, but I do think that entering a gun into that equation, adding a gun to that equation, better said, was a problem.
That's the lifestyle. Yeah, but that's the lifestyle.
But I don't think that's a rapper lifestyle. I don't feel like that.
I ain't gonna say rapper lifestyle. I'm gonna say the lifestyle that what I can see that she's on.
Listen, I think there's a gun culture in our country. I'm not convinced that Megan
raps about having that strap. She raps about having that strap.
I don't listen to a lot of Megan Thee Stallion music. You might be right, but I don't really remember her talking about that too much. So, when I listen to her music, what really stands out to me is, there's a lot of sexual subject matter, that kind of thing. Maybe not trusting men.
How do you feel about that talk and that rhetoric that she's putting?
I don't have a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think sex is morally wrong. So maybe lying to somebody.
Sexism, you don't think is wrong?
No, I don't think sex is morally wrong. If she has sex with people, I don't have a problem with that. There's a lot of people who's dragging her for that. Like, oh, she had sex with this one and that one. I don't think that's a problem. I think she could have sex with whoever she wants to. And people say that her and Kelsey was friends. I don't know how close of friends they were. I mean, Kelsey was her personal assistant. I don't know the dynamic of the relationship like that. Sometimes you could get close with somebody and then you realize, like, wait a minute, we really just do work together.
Running train. Kelsey said they was, trying to,
bash. I don't know about no running trains.
I mean, not running trains, but they, yeah.
But I know girls that like might run in the same circles and they might end up having sex with the same guy. I don't think that they're necessarily bad people because of that, and people might lie about it. Yeah, just like. If we want to talk about embellishing on resumes, people embellish on their sexual resumes all the time. You know what I'm saying? People might deny being with this one or that one just to
body count be 100 and they only talk about 4 or 5. Right.
So that didn't like blow me off my seat. You know what I'm saying?
So like, that's where you're taking it at. You feel like it's like, every girl lies about their body count. That's how I didn't say that.
I'm just saying I can understand anybody lying about.
I mean, you take that lie as okay. I can understand you lying about that, but that doesn't mean you're a liar. It's like women lie about that. Is that how you take it?
Yeah, I'm not gonna judge somebody's whole character by one lie that they told about fucking somebody. I can't do that. I don't know her well enough to make that kind of assessment. Did she lie? Do I think she lied? Yeah, she admitted to that. I see she was on Gayle King saying that she never had sex with Tory. Then she was on the trial saying that she did. She done lied about some things. I'll give you that. But I don't know if she's a liar. You know what I'm saying? And if somebody is a liar, that don't mean that they lie about every damn thing.
Yeah, it don't mean a lot about everything, but it's harder to hold them credible.
Listen, even if I did deem her to be a liar, I could still believe that a liar got shot that night. Yeah, you a liar, but I'm following the details of the case and the evidence, and it looks to me that you've been shot. If it was just you telling me the story, that's one thing. But if you got empirical evidence to back up that story, then I have a little bit more confidence in my belief that you were shot and that you know who shot you.
Yeah.
It's just me. You know what I'm saying? But I think this is a good point to probably I think that we had some good insights on this, and it's probably a good time to cut it off.
Yeah,
I had a good quote I wanted to share though.
Go ahead.
Let me see if I could find it, man. I'm kind of just working on the fly here, but it was one I definitely wanted to get off. That I heard recently, man. I always try to leave y'all with some good words.
Straight up. Well, as we wait on Cap, man, y'all know that we still got Envirely, where we help families with water treatment. So you go to Envirely.com, man. We got the wholesale, and you can also get a rebate with the buy-in program. So Contact us and we'll link y'all in and let you know how you can save.
That sounds good. And I'll leave y'all with these words from Adam Grant. We pay too much attention to the most confident voices and too little attention to the most thoughtful ones. Certainty is not a sign of credibility. Speaking assertively is not a substitute for thinking deeply. It's better to learn from complex thinkers than smooth talkers.
I agree. It's a good one. All right. So, hey, man, we're going to catch y'all on the next one. Peace.